Hey y'all, it's me, Corey B, owner of I Love Her Photography. I'm here totally stepping out of my comfort zone. I do not like to talk in front of the camera, but I got a Q&A video I want to do for my followers. A few of you guys have sent me questions in my DMs, questions in my inbox, and I just want to answer them for you. I went through and I picked out the best ones. Not that if you sent me one and you don't hear it, that it's not good. It's just I'm kind of pressed for time, and you know, people just kind of lose interest in shit real quick. But I'm gonna do the best that I can to get everybody's questioning. Okay, so the first question is, do you have a preference in what kind of models you want to shoot? Example, do you prefer real ass models, regular ass people, big booty naked girls, or you like a little bit of all that? Okay, I'll say this. If you shoot with me, even if it's like your first photo shoot or you don't dream of being a model or whatever, you are a model in my eyes. And that could be big booty, little booty, male, female, whatever. So I really don't have a preference in what type of person I shoot, I guess you could say. I don't mind. Like, either way, we're gonna kill that shit, and it is what it is. When we're done, you're gonna be a fucking model. All right, so the second question is, would you shoot a foot fetish? Would you shoot for a foot fetish page? Listen, if you got some knuckles you want shot, if you want got some elbows you want shot, if your knees, you want to get a photo shoot for your knees, put me on the job. I will shoot whatever. I don't care. Foot fetish, hand fetish, forehead fetish, whatever. I'll shoot whatever. I mean, I do not discriminate. I'm telling you, I will shoot your head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay, so the next question is, do you have any pet peeves with shooting? If you've ever shot with me, I have 2 pet peeves, and this is really generally for the women. I do not allow duck lips, that shit, or hands on the hip. I hate a hand on the hip ass picture. That is so 99, 2000, the 90s. I will not take that picture. You cannot put your hand on your hip or do a fucking duck lip taking pictures with me. Those are just my 2 biggest pet peeves, and that is like my rule. If you've ever shot with me, you know what I'm talking about. I would be like, move that hand, get that hand off that hip. And I know sometimes it is kind of weird and hard to figure out where to put your hands and place your hands, but on your hip is not where it goes. Oh, hold on. I just need a quick snack break. You know what I mean? You know, I always have a snack. Nothing that I really do is politically correct or, you know. So just give me a second. I need to give me a little snacky. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next question is, what is the biggest issue you deal with being a photographer? All right, let me just say this. So the biggest issue I deal with being a photographer, I think it is not really being viewed as a photographer. I know this industry is probably predominantly male, like a male industry. And so when I go certain places, like if I walk into a club and it's like maybe dancers there or something, and I have like this backpack on, you know, they want to tell me where the dressing room is, and I'm like, no, I'm here to like take pictures. Or you know, sometimes I'll have people hop in my inbox like, yeah, can I use you for this video shoot, or can I use you in this photo shoot or something? And I'm like, no, but if you want to book a shoot with me, then you can. I'm a photographer. Hey, you know what I mean? So I think it's just basically not being taken serious as a photographer. I do post sexy pictures. I post sexy pictures because I like to be sexy sometimes. I like to post pictures. But that is like in my personal life. Also, I feel like when ladies come to my page and they see me, you know, maybe in some lingerie, or they see me, quote unquote, in sexy shit or whatever, it makes them feel more comfortable taking those type of pictures with me, because they know like, well, hey, she does it too. So I feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. So pretty much the biggest issue I face being a photographer is not being taken serious as a photographer. So, okay, so the next question is, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. Have you ever shot with someone whose intentions was to date you? You know, I don't really know. I'm pretty much like a straightforward person. So if you don't say like, hey, I want to date you, or, you know, actually try to hit on me, then I don't really know. So I can't really answer that question like 100%. You know what I mean? Like, I never really had anybody just come on to me at a photo shoot like, hey, you know, let's fuck. So I can't really say that. Nobody has asked me out on a date during a photo shoot. So I would say no. Okay, so whoa. This next question is very, well, I'll just let y'all be the judge. Okay, this is the question. Is there anything you don't want to shoot? AKA dick pics, grundles, butt play, you get my drift. Is there anything you don't want to shoot? AKA dick pics, question mark, grundles. What the fuck is a grundle? I'm gonna have to Google that. Butt play, question mark, you get my drift. So let me just pause for a second and look up grundles before I answer this question, because I'm feeling like it has something to do with the male down there, but I'm not really sure. So let me see. What the fuck is a grundle? You can find anything on Google. Okay. The grundle is the spot on a man's body that rests squarely between the anus and the balls. Isn't that like the gooch? Oh wow. Is there anything you don't want to shoot? Okay, so that we can go back to one of my first questions. I will shoot your head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So I guess if grundles is included in that, I will shoot that. I'm just going to have to zoom in because I'm not going to get really close to it. Oh my God. Okay, the next question is a pretty basic question, I guess. How long have you been shooting? So I've been shooting for about 4 years now, professionally. I think we've all taken pictures since camera phones started. But I have been professionally shooting for 4 years. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, like the end of 2015-ish is when I got serious about wanting to be a photographer and do photo shoots and all of the things of the things. All right, so the next question is, what is the process during a shoot for someone who is camera shy? I guess it's like a 2-part question, so I'm going to answer the first part. I have dealt with a lot of clients that are camera shy because they haven't, you know, maybe done a professional shoot before, or they're nervous, which is totally normal, and it's not like, I don't know. All I can really say is like shooting with me is not really what you may think. I like to do things organically and just like catch like a natural shot. So I'm not going to tell you like, oh, pose like this or pose like that, or you know, whatever. Maybe if your head is too low or something, I'll tell you pick your head up a little bit. Like some people don't really have elongated necks, so you know, I might say give me some neck, you know what I mean? So you can lift your head up or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna tell you to move around and just be free and be cool, you know. Another thing that helps with people being camera shy, I find, is that if you show them previews of their pictures, like you know, you may do like 20 shots and then show them like, this is you know what I mean? And for the most part, people are like, oh shit, like I didn't know I was looking like this. So now they're ready to execute it for real because they see that it's turning out better than what they think. So it's really not like a camera shy thing with me. We're not doing that. I'm gonna be personable with you. We gonna talk shit. We gonna, you know, laugh. I'm gonna crack jokes, and we're gonna get the job done. So I don't really worry about the camera shy thing. We don't do that. What's the second part to the question? The second part is, do you tell the client what type of pose to perform, or do we choose? You can choose, or I can give you some ideas, but like I said, again, it's not really like this super posy thing. All of the shots that you've seen me take are organic. I just catch people, like move around. We might have on some music and I'll just tell you to, you know, dance or, you know, something like that. So that's the answer to that. Moving right along. Next question. Okay, so this question says, what should I do if I want to invest in photography? Call me. Okay, you can call me, or you can, in my phone number is in my bio. You can call my phone, or you can send me an email at iloveherphotography@gmail.com, and that's iloveherphotography@gmail.com. Because if you're trying to invest in photography, I'm assuming that you're talking about my business, nobody else's. All right, so the next question says, you're fucking gorgeous. Thank you. So do you like to get shot, or do you prefer to be the shooter? My favorite position is behind the camera. Okay, so the next question says, do you remember your first photo shoot and how was it? Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna try to cut this as short as possible, but like I really feel like I want to let y'all know everything because this was a fucking thing. Okay, all right, so 2015, I just purchased my first camera. I got certified in design and imaging, so I'm feeling like I'm about to take off and just be this big photographer. No, and fucking no. All right. I'm like posting on my pages and stuff like for 3 weeks to a month. Like, who wants to do a free shoot? Who wants to do a free shoot? Blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, I need content to be able to show people, you know, what I can do. And without content, then how, like, I'm not a photographer if I don't have any pictures. So I'm just knowing that it's a female is gonna hit me up one day that wants some fucking pictures, but no. It was a guy that hit me first. So I'm like, okay. The guy hopped in my inbox and he's like, I want to take some pictures, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Let's pick a date and I'll come and take the pictures. So he gives me like the address to this building downtown that he says is like a tattoo shop. He does tattoos or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I pull up and the building is like really dark on the inside. And let me rewind. The guy that comes out to meet me and greet me is like, he looks like a fucking homeless man. And I am not bullshitting you. The only reason I knew that he wasn't a homeless man, or made me feel like he wasn't a homeless man, was that he was on social media. I know that might sound crazy, but he had a social media page. So I'm like, well, you can't be homeless with a social media page, whatever. But I mean, he's like dingy, white shirt, dingy, gray sweats. He had like dreads, and they're just like, he's just very unkept, you know. So I'm just kind of skeptical, like, do I really want to do this bad? But I'm like, I do, because I need this content. I'm just gonna have to make it work. So boom, so I go inside or whatever, and it's like a long stairway that's going up to this this room or whatever. Like, I see a door. So I'm like, damn, this don't really look like a tattoo shop. It's like other little rooms and stuff downstairs, but upstairs is whatever it is. I don't know yet. So he like locks the door behind us. I don't hear any talking. It's like nothing going on. I'm like, well, are we the only ones that's here? He's like, yeah, everybody already went home. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange because it's only like 6 o'clock in the evening. But whatever. So we go up the stairs or whatever, and it's like this big ass room with different tables that have like tattoo guns and ink and all the shit or whatever. So I'm like, I guess people do tattoos here, but whatever. So I'm like about to set up my backdrop, and you know, this is my first shoot, but I'm not acting like it's my first shoot. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of act like you know what the fuck you doing. So I'm setting my shit up in one of the little side rooms in the big room, and I'm telling him, you know, you can go ahead and get changed or whatever. This man gonna say, oh, I'm wearing this. So I'm like, okay, you know, again, I have to make my client feel comfortable about this because, you know, and then I'm kind of scared anyway. I'm here by myself with this stranger, and he looks like a fucking homeless man, and it's just kind of like, you know, whatever. But it's kind of, I'm feeling like, how bad do you want it, you know? So I'm like, okay, so I'm about to take pictures of this guy in this dirty, dingy ass outfit. Whatever. We're just gonna try to hurry this up. All right, so boom, we get to snapping pictures and stuff like that, and he's just very, very hard on the eyes. I mean, it's just like, oh God, I can't believe I'm even doing this. I don't know. So I say to him, you know, you don't have anything else to change into? He's like, oh no, I don't, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, take your shirt off. So he takes off his shirt or whatever, and he got the birdiest chest in the world. I mean, the birdiest chest, okay? He is not a muscle in sight. It's not a nothing. So I'm like, this is not going to grasp any woman's attention for real, because he is not looking the part at all. So I'm like, whatever. So I just get him to turn around. At least, I don't know. I just don't want to sound really shallow, but I'm just going to be real with y'all. Just at least hide your face. You know, the back of his dress look cool, so turn around. Maybe I can get a good, and you know, he's like a tattoo artist or whatever, so he has like tats on his body and stuff like that. You know, some women are into birdie men, so I don't want to like knock that or whatever, but he just was not up to par. Okay, so snapping a couple of pictures or whatever. I'm like, okay, do you have anything else? You know, anything else that you want to do? So he's like, oh yeah, I want to take like some sexy pictures or whatever. Like, do you mind if I, you know, take my clothes off? And I'm like, well, hold on, like, you don't have anything else that you want to do or whatever? So he's like, yeah. So he walks out the room and he comes back with like this cot, and it was like a cot, y'all, like a fucking prison cot. It was like a prison cot, like a little short ass prison cot. So he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this in front of the backdrop, and you can take pictures of me like I'm in the bed. And then he had this white blanket that had like, you know, like those knitted blankets where you can kind of like see, it's like holes in it all over. But it looked like somebody had been pissing on it. It was white, but it was like yellow. You know what I mean? But in certain spots. So I'm just like, oh my fucking gosh, is this guy serious? So he like sits on the bed or whatever. He still has on his dingy ass sweatpants. He sits on he sits on the cot. And I'm just like snapping pictures. I might have snapped like 3 pictures. And I'm like, oh no, we're not going to do that. You can go ahead and drag that back out of here, because you look like you're taking pictures in prison. In my head, I'm like, you already look fucking dingy and dirty. Now you want to be on a fucking prison cot? Like, are you kidding me? So he takes it out or whatever. So now he's like, okay, well, I got a chair. So I'm like, okay, cool. We can do a chair. You know what I'm saying? So he's like sitting in the chair, and he stands up and he says, do you mind if I take my pants off? So I'm like, you know, I'm feeling like my job is to make a motherfucker feel comfortable. So sure, go ahead, take your pants off. So he takes his pants off or whatever, and he has on like some dingy ass white boxers, and I'm just like, oh my God. He's like, he was like, are you going to be comfortable or are you going to be uncomfortable if I take my boxers off? So I'm like, still in my head, like, God, I don't want to take these pictures. But I'm like, whatever, you know. I'm like, go ahead, you know. So as he's taking off his boxers, I'm just kind of like looking down at my camera at the pictures that I've already taken. So he sits down in the chair. Now he's just butt ass naked. I think the motherfucker might have had just socks on. Okay? So this dingy ass, ashy ass dude sitting in this fucking dirty ass chair in this dirty ass building, fucking naked. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what am I doing here? Do I really want to do photography this fucking bad? But in my head, I'm like, just get you a couple shots and just go. I don't even know what I'm doing with these pictures. I can't even do anything with these particular pictures that I'm about to take. So I asked him, I said, what are you taking these pictures for? Like, what are you taking these pictures for? And he said something, some kind of website or something like that. I guess it's like an adult website or something. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm holding my camera and I'm looking in the viewfinder and I'm snapping the pictures. And it's like with every time I snap, I'm noticing his hand on his penis. So I'm instantly getting like really frightened. I'm getting frightened at this point because his hand is on his dick like, oh my God, what is he about to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, what is he about to do with that dirty dick? So he starts like jacking it. He starts jacking it. I said, oh, that's enough. We got enough. We got enough. So as if that wasn't bad enough. It got worse. So he's just like, okay. Well, I mean, I just didn't want it to be soft and looking small in the picture. So that's why I just kind of wanted to get it a little bit hard. I was like, no, you got enough. You know, we got enough or whatever. So now I'm ready to go. Mind you, I got my lights set up. I got my backdrop set up. So these are all things that I have to take with me. And in my head, I just want to leave everything and run out the fucking building. Okay? But I got to break this shit down. So I get to breaking shit down. You know, I'm getting my backdrop and, you know, I'm trying to do all of this shit or whatever. Do y'all know this motherfucker had the nerve to try to help me with dick hands? He's like starting to reach for my fucking backdrop. I said, not with dick hands. Not with dick hands. He was like, oh, you tripping. No, you're fucking tripping. Put your goddamn clothes on and don't touch my shit. I got this. I put it up. I can take it down. So that's pretty much it. I ended up blocking him on social media. I sent him like one picture and I definitely deleted the rest because that was a lot. All right, y'all. So that sums up my Q&A video. I want to thank everybody that sent in questions. You guys had some really good fucking questions, so thank you. I want to thank everybody in advance for subscribing to my new YouTube channel where I'm going to post this first video. My YouTube channel is Therealiluvher Photography. I love her photography. So photography is spelled regular and it's Thealuvher Photography. I'm going to have behind the scenes footage of photo shoots. I'm going to have just a host of different things on this channel that I think is going to be enjoyable and great for your viewing pleasures. So, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Thealuvher Photography. I love her photography. And I'm also going to put the link to this video in my bio. All right, be blessed.